Hello everyone and welcome to Irondice Mode Episode 2. How are you today, Destinum?
I'm doing alright. No fan today, because it's not that hot anymore.
Hey, we are slowly rolling into fall, just like we have been in game in fall, in September. And September is right around the corner in real life as well, getting closer.
Let's go.
How have your weeks been? It's been 3 weeks since last session, maybe 2? I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, I mean, it's been not much to say.
3 days since you looked at me, to say I'm sorry, something like that.
I don't know that song.
How much do you remember of our last session?
I think I remember pretty well. We ended off with me going back to the Lord's crib.
Yeah. I'm going to give you the task of recapping the session. And if you do a good job, there is experience in this for you.
Let's go.
Yes.
Alright, so last session, it started off with my character, who is a bit of a forest ranger type of guy, getting a mission to do a little bit of vandalism solving. Were there murders too in the beginning?
There was not in the beginning.
I don't think they were in the beginning. Yeah. No. So I essentially travel around a territory, trying to look for clues in villages, until eventually I ended the day in a bit of a hunting town, I guess. And I slept there trying to lie in wait for something, but I did not catch it. Instead, someone had been murdered over the night. And I found tracks. I pursued the murderer into the forest, while the sheriff of the territory tried to find clues in the village for a motive or something. Anyways, in the forest I met the dryad, ? Probably a dryad of some sort. We had a bit of a conversation, nothing much. Talk about a murdered moose, stuff like that. Then I kept going. I found an abandoned camp that seemed to contain signs of demon summoning. That's what I'm assuming it is. Which also lined up with, yeah, exactly. Which also lined up with some witness testimonies that I had gathered over the day. I couldn't find the murderer though. The trail ended at the abandoned camp place. But yeah, so after that I started heading back, and I was gonna go make a report to my lord about what I had found and
Lord
what my
Bridges.
hunches were after all of this.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, that was great. Take 100 experience.
Hoggers.
I think you did a great job remembering most of the session.
Let's go.
And bought me time to get close to finding the stuff I wanted, the page I wanted in a book I was looking up. But not quite.
Can't even prepare.
Yeah, obviously I'm the worst.
Yeah.
There you go, I found it. That is all that I needed. Great. Let's take this moment to try to figure out what William's opinions are of the people you work for. Now, we've met your dad a little bit, although we kind of only met him in a Session 1 beginning summary. But what are your opinions on Lord Bridges in general? And if you need any information to make this judgment, then I can provide some, because I've written quite a functional biography about him right now. But if you know, like, I definitely have this kind of relationship with my boss, no matter who he is, then please do tell me.
I mean, I don't know out of character what his personality is supposed to be, really. But like in terms of, I guess, professional relationship, as I said before, I feel like William is kind of like taking pride in his work, like a bit that kind of person. So I think he would at least respect the Lord. In like yeah, I mean, because he's like, his position is derived from the Lord, right?
Yeah.
So it's a bit, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I probably, if nothing else, standard like respect your betters, that type of society attitudes, you know.
Yeah. William's.
But yeah, like,
Oh, I did
I
not
guess
like
what
this music.
I
For
guess
this.
if you have any,
Let's
what
do
is it?
this. I just got disappointed in the music selection I made. Sorry.
Oh. But I guess if you have any personality quirks that you have in mind,
Well,
we can flesh that out more.
I'm more curious about William here because I think William very much speaks for himself in a lot of ways as a character himself. But let's just run over Lord Bridges a little bit. So
I meant more just like if you want any like deeper opinions outside of what he thinks of the standing of the Lord's office.
I mean, my impression is that William's a pretty like genuine guy. Like, he's not a guy who goes around with a lot of hidden agendas and like, I actually want this and I'm so much better than this position. And he's a pretty, you know, an average guy who's pretty happy with his lot in life, you know?
Yeah.
That seems to be the general vibe.
Yeah.
I'll give you a little bit of a background again, and I'll have a little bit of a refresher on Riot as well. So, Riot is this port town that is very much like the core of Riot business. Is that it has this little natural bay that crops into the edge of the land here, right at this very important choke point between like the open ocean and this little like cove of ocean that is captured here around these 4 big cities that are surround this little cove area. And because Riot is right on the entrance, a lot of things get checked in Riot. Like, if you're coming in here, it's difficult to just go to Robur right away, which is a much bigger city. You gotta stop here. There's a lot of record keeping that's done here. There's a lot of like administrators who work in Riot. It's a very, very paper pushing kind of town down in like most of it. And then you have this very other side of Riot that is like this nature, close to the forest, close to the elven area, a little bit of a first line of defense for the general country of Chaldeus as a whole. So you have this like this very naturalistic side and this very like administrative side that balance each other in Riot. And Lord Bridges takes his name from his family's history, because his family was involved in building up the port area of Riot, which is a large collection of docks that just stretch way out into this little edging into the ocean here, into the side. You have just dock on dock on dock on dock on dock, so almost like a third of the city is floating. Again, like in you and me, but both Pokemon fans, so think Pacificlog Town, right?
Yeah.
Just going out there. There's not a lot of.
Pretty sure you made that comparison last time too.
Yeah, I think I did during character creation part of the session last time. So you have this just stretching out really far. You have some minor storage rooms on these docks. Not a lot of big buildings. They're not really that stable, but just a lot of networks of some people who just go around there, and a lot of places where ships can dock at a very difficult administrative maze of where you're allowed to be. And a lot of people in Riot are dock workers. That's the standard just lumber work that goes on here for the random Joes of town. Loading on, loading off, that kind of work. So, Lord Bridges, he got his name from helping organize that, and so his family is very, very involved in the upkeep. He's very involved in administration. He's he has the energy of like agitated middle manager at most times, where he's always reporting up to the nobility of Robur, which is the town that sort of controls this area in general. It is the Count lives in Robur, whereas little Baron Bridges lives down here in Riot, who is underneath the Count. My royal system basically just goes like king, count, baron, and I cut out everything else. Like that's how it goes. Everyone else is just a minor noble, you know, without any specific rank to it.
Right.
And so he always has this edge of like, I have to impress my betters, and so you have to impress me. He's always a little bit sharp with it. And more recently, he also is in a little bit of a tight situation because he's getting old. He's getting towards his 50s, and he does not have an heir. And that is definitely causing that there's a lot of like, in town, people don't have a lot of respect for a noble without an heir, because that's like his job, right? Like his duty is to have an heir to ensure stability for the area. When he's failed with that, he loses a lot of respect. And so he has a little bit of a stick up his butt about gaining that respect, and so he can be a little bit short-handed. But he's not a bad guy. He's just very stressed. That's generally the vibe that people pick up from this guy. Does any of that information affect your perception of how William would interact with this kind of person?
I think with all this, I think if he is like that kind of like a bit snappy, I think William would probably be like trying to impress, like that kind of attitude, like he wants to impress.
Yeah.
Because if the Baron isn't easily impressed, then being impressive would be a pretty substantial thing, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Great. So we have Baron Bridges there, and then we have your dad, the actual Master of Deer. Tristan. No, wait. Tristan Bridges is Baron Bridges. Who was your dad again? Your dad was, I think it was Dylan, right? Yes, Dylan. No, I named him. His name is Dylan. Your dad is Dylan.
Yeah.
Chillin'. That's what he's doing today. Dylan, as we went over a bit last time, he's the Master of Deer, and he's getting up in the years, so he does a lot of the paperwork of the Master of Deer. He does a lot of record keeping. He sort of is a very comfortable man who clearly is of the opinion that he reached higher in life than he had any intention to, and he's not about to fuck it up, you know? That's sort of his vibe. He's like, hey, I got a good thing going here. This is great. Like, I got an office in the keep. I get to chill around, and then my son goes around and does all the annoying going around doing stuff work. This is great. Like, I'm having the blast of my life. He's fantastic. So when you go back to report, you got your mission from your father, Dylan, but do you take it upon yourself that, like, I gotta report this higher up to try to impress Lord Bridges? Or is it like, okay, my dad gave me this mission, he's the guy with the good connection, I just go to dad?
I think because of the, like, severity of the situation, because it's, there might be demons involved and shit like that. I think William would think that this needs to be taken to the Lord first. Okay. Like, it shouldn't go through his dad, because his dad might have he trusts his dad, but he might have like opinions about how to deal with this. But William thinks the Lord's opinion should be the first one to be considered. Right?
Excellent. Great. Let's try to shift over to some. What would Baron Bridges' theme song be? Let's take like a. That's a good one.
I can't believe you haven't thought of the theme song for every single character yet.
Yes. Okay. This is maybe a bit more sinister than I went for, but I kind of like the vibe as well. I think this is cool. You come up to the keep. No, this is actually way too unsettling. This went way harder than I thought it would. Wait a minute. Oh my god. This is always the most difficult part of DMing, I swear to shit, dude. It is so difficult.
Trying to set the mood desperately.
Yeah. The music is lovely and I adore it, but it is a bit difficult. This one's a bit talky. It's fine. This one's okay. Because there's people running around the keep, right? So there's always a little bit of a noise. Even if you're in an isolated chamber, there's gonna be noise from the outside. So you come back to Bridge Keep, which is a fantastic name for a keep owned by Lord Bridges.
Yes.
It's very
Your
clear.
creativity knows no bounds.
No bounds. So you come to Bridge Keep. They lower the drawbridge, of course, because it's Bridge Keep, so they gotta flex. There's not that much of a moat, but like you can tell that they're trying to dig one, and they kind of gave up maybe a decade ago, and now there's just like a little bit of a ditch that is grown in with grass, and it doesn't really have any water in it. But they still lower the drawbridge, especially around the place where the drawbridge is, because that's where they got the deepest. And then the moat kind of like tapers off as you get further around. Clearly an abandoned project.
Mm-hmm.
But they lower it because that's where the entrance is, and you walk on in. And on the way out, you're met with people going out. So you see this big party of gruffly dudes, maybe some hunters or some adventurers who've gotten some fancy quest, and they're heading out. Some dudes in leather armor, and you're heading in. You speak around, asking if there's an ability to have an audience, and someone looks at their documents and they think a bit, and they put you on a schedule. They make you wait for a bit because it's the Lord, it's difficult. They make you wait, even though you say it's urgent, but it doesn't matter. And then after maybe an hour, 2 hours, you are let into an audience chamber, which isn't like the main audience chamber where he holds court, but it's like a little bit of a side chamber that is less than the main audience chamber and more than an office, you know? Sort of a hall to just be in waiting. And there is Lord Bridges along with one of his advisors who's standing with him, and he goes, "Oh yes, Wilgett, was it? Dylan's son,
sir.
right?"
Yes, my lord.
Yes, Wilgett. I struggle to understand what could be happening right now, but I got a notice that due to some urgent reason you needed to speak with me directly. You have a good head on your shoulders. What's going on, lad?
Yes, so, yes, was it yesterday that the mission started?
Right, so you walked back overnight. We ended session with you heading back overnight, and then I assume we slept after that.
Well, yeah, but was it yesterday that I headed out, or was it 2 days ago? I think
it was yesterday. It was yesterday.
Right?
I have a little bit of a calendar here, so we have Monday, September 1st. We started session 1, and then now we're here.
Yeah. Yesterday, my father sent me out to investigate some vandalism that had happened around the villages.
Yeah, right. I remember giving him that task. You seem like a fine person to choose for it.
Yes. So, I looked around. Unfortunately, I did not manage to catch a culprit. However, said culprit, who I believe is the same person for the vandalism, also committed a murder overnight. I followed a trail. Yes, in the name of the hunting place. What was the name of that? Do we have a name?
I probably had one. We can figure it out. Doop. Just keep going. I'll figure. Mud stop.
Mud stop. A hunter there was murdered. The sheriff was also there trying to investigate. He did, as far as I know, he didn't end up achieving much. But regardless, I followed the lead into the forest. I found an abandoned camp where I found this, and then I take out the drawing and hand it over.
He sort of was like, okay, let's retreat a little bit in that story. Let's back up. Someone was murdered. Who was murdered?
I don't know her name, but she was a hunter.
A hunter, okay? Someone associated with the outlying villages?
She lived in that village. Yes.
Right, and I presume the sheriff's on it?
Well, he was. As last I saw him, I think he had kind of hit a wall. He was asking around the village, trying to find a motive, whereas I followed the trail that I found from the place of the murder. And as I said, that led me into the forest.
Right.
I don't know any details of his investigation, but as I said, as far as I know, I don't think he has come up with much yet.
Yes, and then you say you found this drawing in the forest where you think the murderer was.
Yes, I know the drawing on its own doesn't say much. However, as I was investigating around during the day, I received reports of weird sightings, like tiny figures and living, flaming figures. And with this drawing combined with those statements and the state that camp was in, I believe it is possible that something akin to a demon summoning has happened.
That would be awfully serious.
Indeed, and that is what the urgency behind this report was.
And this demon summoning would go around messing up fox traps and fences.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the demon, if that is the demon or if that is the murderer. But regardless, I felt like, because if it is indeed a demon, it might be some kind of mischievous imp simply, or it might be something else.
Right.
I'm not too familiar with demonology.
It is the woods of Gurmod, so what knows what kind of dastardly creatures hunt around there. Those elven bastards, well, for all I know, they're not known to be of the demonic-seeking kind, but with all the creatures that they surround themselves with, who knows what might be spawned. I'm pretty certain that most likely this whole thing is just some kind of strange... I don't know. I asked to have this looked into, and I think it was a good matter. I want you to keep looking at this, son. And see what you can figure out.
I had planned to also head to the temple and inquire further on this matter. Do I have your permission for that, my lord?
Oh, absolutely. Not that you need my permission to see Mother Merlin, but... no, that should be absolutely fine. May Byleth be with you.
To you too, my lord.
Right. Is that about this, what you wanted to have said here, or...?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, great.
And I believe I would probably... I believe before leaving, I would probably head to my dad's place too and give a recount of the situation too.
Yeah. He sort of leans back like, oh man. Now, boy, we gotta make sure it doesn't get too out of hand right now, right? This is the kind of thing where if this spirals crazy-wise, it could come back to bite us. We need to make sure we know how many animals are in the area, and if there's poachers they need caught, but... if this becomes something bigger, we need to retreat and let other people handle it.
I mean... yes, but at the same time, Dad, like, who would other people be in this case?
The soldiers of the Lord, the Master Arms, the various sheriffs of the outlying villages, people with proper arms training. More so than you and I.
I mean, yes. Sure, but I mean, we shouldn't just sit back though, right?
I warn you, there's a lot of good comes from this position, and sometimes a little bit of ambition can go a long way to ruin a man's life. Sit tight, son.
Yes, father. And
while you're at it, I've heard that there's been some movement on the north side of the valley between the forest and the mountains. So on the mountain side, there seem to be some. Well, you know those hobgoblin tribes that live up there. Their camps have shifted. Has been spotted by some people who hike around there. I don't know why, but they aren't in the same place as they used to be. It seems like they're moving east across the mountain, away from Ryad. Now, I consider this a good thing, mind you. It's probably fantastic, but just a thing to keep an eye on, that things are happening up there.
By the way, when he said that, does he mean like this area?
He means like this entire little mountain section here.
Yeah, but he said like the area between the mountain and the forest.
No, that's this area. The forest is here,
okay.
The mountain is here. So this little area we've circled where all the outlying villages are.
Yeah.
This is like the fertile crescent of Ryad. Yeah. This is where all the farmland is. So you got like the strip of farmland, and you got the mountains, so you got the forest.
Yeah, but so wait, so you meant where did he mean that the goblins usually are?
So the goblins live in this mountain area, right? In this entire thing.
Yeah.
And the hobgoblins. And they have shifted their like semi-permanent camps further east, away from Ryad.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. So as a response to that, I'll say like, I'll keep a lookout on that.
Yes. Anyway,
once I have this whole demon situation investigated to the best of my ability.
Let us pray that there's no such thing going on.
Let us do that.
Right. That out of the way. I was going to give it. Usually, the reason why they've been more towards the west is because the hobgoblins' main source of like what they do is attack land travelers coming down from Robur or Ponte, who try to squeeze in between like the mountains and the forest coming down from the north, right? And then they attack travelers there. That's been like. That's why most of like the Lord Bridges troops are usually on this north side of town, protecting that little like roads that go down there. Like they're not official roads here, but like there's well-trodden paths, and there's less things down by the villages here. Even though the elves are there, the elves are more about posturing than they are about invading, right? So less troops are down there, and so the fact that the hobgoblins have moved away from there is definitely noteworthy.
Yeah. All right. So with that. With my business at the keep out of the way, I would head over towards the temple or whatever the religious institution is called.
There is a temple. There's definitely a temple. So you have like, if you have Ryad, you have like, let's say we have Ryad here, right? Just as a position, and you have like Bridge Keep like a little bit to the northeast of it. Then you have the temple is somewhere in between. It's like on the outskirts of town pretty much, but in the same direction as the keep would be. So whenever you walk from town to keep, you walk past the temple. The temple is a general temple. It is devoted to all the gods of man here. But it is the cleric of this particular establishment is a young woman. A 21-year-old girl called Mother Marlin.
Alright.
And she is a cleric of Bylad, the aspect of law.
Alright. Just a quick reminder. When I was in the camp, there was like a fucked up tree, right?
Yeah, there was a pretty fucked up tree.
Yeah, essentially, which is like what the drawing is probably depicting.
Maybe, something like that.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
There was a tree with a lot of like attack marks on it, right? That's what I feel like I remember telling you.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, alright. Yeah, so I head to the temple, as I said.
Yeah.
And try to get an audience with the cleric in place.
Yeah, you can find Mother Marlin. So she is a pretty new cleric. Her gift was only discovered quite recently. And so she has a pretty fresh organization here, because when you were a child, there was a different cleric here, an older cleric, and when they died, this place was without cleric for a few years, and it was just run by a bunch of priests. brothers and sisters. And so when one of them had a gift discovered and they were magical, they sort of were elevated. Marlon here was elevated from like one of the lower ranked acolytes to suddenly running the place in a very short amount of time. And so she definitely is way more down to earth than most people in her position might be. She walks among the common people, and there's definitely even this little bit of a rumor going on that like most of the other priests and priestesses here don't really like her much. People who work here, it's sort of like a little bit like, oh, that little one, like now she runs the place, like that's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
But she's very devoted to Baila, the aspect of law, and she is technically in charge. So you come here and you find her outside just watering flowers, and that's what she's doing right now.
Her name was Marilyn, right?
Marlin. It's
Marlin.
I'll type it in chat for you.
Yeah. Okay. Marlin. Yeah. Okay.
Great.
So yeah, she's tending flowers. You know?
Yes, she's tending flowers.
Yeah. So what is there any like proper way to greet a cleric?
You would call them mother or father. Priests and priestesses will be called brother and sister. And then
I meant for like approaching one.
No, there's not really. You would just need to address them properly.
All right. So I'll walk up to her and give a bit of a bow, common courtesy thing.
She returns it in just as strong a gesture.
Yeah. Greetings, Mother Marlin. My name is William.
Hello.
I have some questions that I would like your help answering.
Oh. Is anything the matter?
Well, see, I'm not sure we should be discussing it so openly. Do you have any more secluded place?
Well, we could speak in your gazebo. If you head out there, I'll be right with you.
Very well. I'll take a bow and head over there.
Yeah, it's just a little building off on the side, and you sit down, and eventually she comes out. She has some tea with her, and she pours you some. She goes, "Here, please."
Thank you very much.
You seem so worried. I couldn't help but feel the need to offer some hospitality. How can I be of assistance?
Well, it is a rather grave subject. Do you but I'll just get straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
What knowledge do you have about demons and demon summonings?
Oh. Unfortunately, a bit more than I would enjoy, but less than I fear useful.
Well, I'll just tell you about the situation because I believe there is a chance that one has happened in the nearby forest.
Well, that would be terrible. In the forest?
Yes. Yesterday, I was investigating some happenings, thefts, vandalisms in the nearby villages.
Right.
And eventually, I ended up spending the night in a hunting village.
Right.
And a murder happened over there.
A murder?
Over that night. I followed a trail, and it led me to a place. It led me to an abandoned campsite, where I found this drawing, as well as a tree that had been strangely, I would almost say, tortured. If you can care for a tree, it had been hacked in very odd and brutal ways.
Oh, that's terrible.
I'll combine this with witness testimonies that I received during my investigation about flaming shapes and tiny people, tiny human-like shapes, causing chaos or things like that. I believe there is a chance that there has been a demon summoning, as I mentioned before. But I'm not very knowledgeable about these things.
It does strike me as odd. A demon summoning down towards Gurmod. That's such a That doesn't add up. The elves themselves are very devoted to Sumeria and all of her aspects.
I don't believe the person who was summoning the demon is an elf.
Right.
I believe it is the same person who is responsible for both the murder and the vandalism that I was responsible for investigating. Because as I said, I was following a trail from the murder site, and it led me to this camp. After that, the trail ran cold. It's almost as if the person had just disappeared into nothingness.
Yeah. I find it strange. This drawing. What is this dark circle in the middle of the tree? Do you understand that?
I believe it is possible that this is the same tree that I found that had been mistreated, as I said, and these markings might be the cuts that I seen, but I mean, if we're talking about the circle part, couldn't that possibly be some kind of gateway that the demon came from?
See, that is what confuses me as well, because when it comes to the forest, it is well known that the people who walk into trees are the elves. And so it's probably not related to them, and I would agree, given that demonic things would never be in their wheelhouse, but a hole in a tree or some kind of gateway, that speaks of that's their habits.
Well, then maybe the summoner is an elf, after all.
Maybe a very strange elf. Maybe the misconception here is on the creature. Those do look like horns, I agree, but there are more things with horns than demons.
I suppose, but the demon is just my assumption. But what else, as your expert opinion, could it be then?
Well, I am no expert, merely a cleric who happens to live close to the Elven Woods, but maybe some kind of fey creature?
I'm not too well versed in Fey, I can't say.
Oh, me neither.
I'm
just trying to make sense of the hole in the tree next to it.
Are there Fey that also are related to fire that look like this?
I couldn't imagine that there wouldn't be. As far as I understand it, there's all kinds of Fey.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
There's none that I would know of.
Cause I mean, it could make sense that this is an elf, the summoner, because the vandalism and all those things, it being an elf was my first assumption, and the fact that the camp was deep into the Elven Woods is also feels like it would be more realistic if it was an elf.
Potentially.
Because what would a human be doing so deep into the forest to begin with?
Right. It is strange. It is very strange. If a human was found there and... Well, the elves would probably not do any harm, but... they would be threatening. Or perhaps even take one prisoner. Depending on what they thought one was doing in the forest. Not that they patrol that often. You know how they are with taking their time.
I suppose I'm not sure if this will make much of a difference, but based on the footsteps in the trail, I assume the murderer was a woman, or at least someone with lighter footsteps.
Well, that makes it even less likely that it's an elf. No female elves travel too far from the main cities of them.
That is a good...
Strictly matriarchal. It's mostly the men who travel out to the edges.
That is a good point. And also the fact that...
It is a strange situation. I
the murder
also,
is...
these events, these attacks on the villages. What was the timeline?
As far as I know, it's been happening over several weeks, now and then.
Huh.
The reason why I was in the hunting village there at the end of the day was because it was one of the few places where nothing had happened yet. So I assumed it was the most likely next target, and I ended up being right, but in a more unfortunate way than I thought. Assuming like all of these are the same culprit, of course.
It seems like an awfully quick timeline for elves as well.
That's a good point.
Was there?
But I mean,
do you think there's any motive?
Well, see, that's the thing. The motive is the strange part. Mostly from what I've seen, it's been someone coming and going from the forest that's been striking. So my assumption is if it was an elf, it's simply some kind of harassment. But I also don't think it's some organized thing. It seems to be one person. That's at least what I'm assuming.
Well,
based on all of this.
I hope I was of any help at all. I'm afraid I can't stay much longer. I have to go and see about the Baron's wife. There's issues every now and then. But my job aside, it was lovely speaking to you. Your name was William, you said?
Yes, William. I'm the son of the Master of Deer.
Ah, yes.
Hence why I
Dylan's
was
son.
The one.
I understand. It's you do an awfully important job, keeping poachers away. That is such an awful thing to do. Setting the balance of things off, completely off kilt. And most importantly, breaking the law can never be accepted. I wish you best of luck, and if you do reach anything, and do send copies of your record my way. I'd love to go over them. Keep myself up to date.
Yes, I will. I will seek you out if I find any more details about this potential demon summoning and investigation.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time, Mother.
No issue. Thank you. And she scurries off, and you see that there's a little procession of people who have gathered, who are basically here to pick her up. Some older acolytes and such, and they seem to be carrying these wooden little figurines that they're carrying in a little bit of a basket, and they start proceeding off towards the keep.
Alright. Yeah, I think after this now that I've done all the reports, but nothing. But now it's kind of like I've done the report, but investigation itself is kind of at a bit of a dead end, because it's Willem starts considering like what to do from here, because he is pretty unsettled by this whole thing, and as like he's like his dad's words are echoing in his head, like letting someone else handle this. And he's like, he does feel like it's kind of above his own skill set right now and station, but at the same time, like he feels like this there was a murder. Now if this has something to do with demons, especially, maybe this murder was even some kind of part of a sacrificial ritual in some strange way. Like William has no idea how these things actually work. It's just wild speculation at this point. But like if it is truly something like that nefarious, then like we can't wait for like something else to happen to get more details.
And you are one who wants to impress. Imagine how impressive it would be if you did solve it.
Yeah. He thinks back to his like encounter with the Dryad ?
Right.
And about like how she said that, like he could summon her, question mark, by whispering her name.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Do you have
as
her name
a...
written down?
Yeah, Dre.
Nice, you did it. Good job.
Yeah.
You beat D&D 101.
Yeah,
Write down
let's
all
go.
the names.
He's thinking about like now, like as when he was at the camp last time, he wasn't really like thinking about it because it's so many other things were going through his mind. But now after like hearing this about the elves, like how like elves travel through trees and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
maybe this dryad thing has some kind of insight, and especially if this might be a fae instead of a demon, maybe she's also some. He's assuming she was some kind of fae creatures, and she insisted that she's not an elf. Like this is very risky, but maybe she can give some kind of insight on this, especially if she sees the campsite.
Right.
So William's first thought right now is to try to actually head back there. It's very dangerous, but head back to the campsite and then try to summon the dryad there and see if she has if she can tell him anything.
That's very interesting.
Obviously, like maybe trusting this creature, not sure if it's probably not risk free. She's probably gonna want something out of him too. But he's also, she was thinking about it, right? She was talking about killings of like that moose and all those things. William believes it was probably legit hunting, but in case that was poaching, maybe he can use that as something he can help her with as a repayment thing, and which is also just doing his job anyways. So maybe he could get two birds with one stone. He's starting to get a little bit, ambitious ideas right now, but yeah.
Great.
So
you head back there. Or do you make any special preparations before going?
I mean, probably not necessarily. I was already like geared up for traveling, place, so
pretty much.
Not necessarily anything.
Yeah.
Also, since that's like the direction of the hobgoblin situation, anyways, might as well check that out on the way back if possible.
Right. So that would be up the mountain, which is not really the same way. So like. The village is like here, and the mountain's here. So like you'd have to go mountain and then straight down. That would definitely like double the distance.
Oh, I thought the hunting place was like more like over here.
No, so
or whatever.
Mudstop was over here, and then the hunting place was actually slightly closer to town.
Okay. Well, regardless, I'm heading. It's out in the field, anyways.
Yeah, great. Coolie. Doopy-doopy-doo.
I guess before I head out, I'll report to my dad that I am heading out, so he doesn't like think I went missing or something.
He repeats his points of caution, and then you head out.
Yeah.
He's very insistent on this.
Yeah. Before entering the forest, William is kind of like he kind of starts getting cold feet because like last time he went in the forest, he was doing it very non-willing, but he had to because he was following a trail.
Yeah.
This time he's going in again, just like on his own. But he steals himself, because there's something needs to be done.
Yeah.
And the idea here is to follow the same trail that I followed last time. Will I like have an easy time doing that, or do I need to like roll high to refine it?
It was literally yesterday, so I think it will be easy enough. If it had been a week, it will be tougher. But if it was literally yesterday,
actually, what? I'm not today, even.
No, that was yesterday. You had to rest after coming back from that, and then you were back in town in the morning.
I wasn't.
Oh wait, no, it was.
But no.
Oh wait, no, yeah, because you slept in the village actually. In the tree.
Yeah, I slept. Yeah, and then in the
you
morning...
slept. You sort of like tried not to sleep and fell asleep anyway. Right, and then in the morning you went out here and then you went back to town. Yeah, no, it would be late. It would be pretty late now then, having walked this distance twice. So it's definitely later in the day. It's probably towards like 6, 7-ish when you walk into the woods.
Yeah. Might be a bit risky that I'm doing it in the evening, but... you know what?
If you can
William,
finish up in like an hour and a half, you can make it back to village before dark. But otherwise, it will start getting close.
Yeah, I think William is like... He's kind of right now in a... This is kind of reckless, but fuck it. We ball, especially like while the trail is still hot.
Yeah, exactly. Let's make a little bit of a roll here. I'm rolling a lot more with real dice today compared to last time, because I have them around today.
Nice goblin mode.
There we go. I use maybe 15 dice during a normal session, so it's not that goblin-y. Let me just double check my list. Okay.
Since I'm going the same route, will I just like encounter Dre again, or is she?
We will have to deal with something else first.
Actually, wait. I guess I followed the same trail on the way back.
Yep.
And I don't think I encountered.
No.
Yeah, so I guess I probably won't, unless I like.
She's a living being. She moves around.
Yeah.
But we will have to deal with something else first.
Are you doing big calculations?
I'm doing a calculation. I'm mostly I'm doing a reference block.
Taking a look at your graphs and calculations.
You need to give me a surprise roll. Please roll me a d10.
A surprise roll?
Yes, and I will give this
as in like I get surprised?
Okay, so let's remember how encounter checks work in 2nd edition. You always... We don't do the whole perception check stuff, right? So every time there's an encounter, you always need to roll a surprise check. And then I will also roll a surprise check for my creature. And then if you roll a 1, 2, or a 3, you end up surprised. And if I roll a 1, 2, or a 3, I end up surprised. And then there's different... Like, we flavor the encounter after one of us is surprised, neither is surprised, or both are surprised.
Were there like modifiers for if I'm like prepared and stuff like that too?
Yes,
like
there
cautious?
are modifiers for surprise. Let's look those up.
Yeah, because last time I remember I got like bonuses for being like
cautious,
ready, cautious, and I mean I think it's pretty natural that I would be cautious this time.
Yeah,
too,
you were talking about how you were a bit nervous. Let's see here. PC party is... Okay, no, so you got bonuses for... The bonuses you can get are for anticipating attack or being suspicious. Cautious wouldn't really cut it, but I'd say that you are suspicious, at least. So...
Yeah, I mean, it's the same as before, right? I'm heading into the elf forest. So.
Exactly. Although last time you were like on the trail of an assailant, and now it's just like...
Fair, I suppose.
So I think last time I gave you both. This time I'll give you one of them.
Okay, so what do I roll a d10?
Here's the thing. The other party has a modifier as well, which gives you a -2. So you end up rolling a flat d10 anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, rolling the d10. I rolled a 1.
That is a 1, so that you were definitely surprised.
Yes.
And I will roll for the creature. The creature is also surprised.
Oh my god.
That is fantastic for not getting surprise rounded should there be combat, but it's pretty bad for the reaction checks. Let's see here. Let's figure out reaction checks here. Sorry for this being slow. This will get faster as I get better at 2nd edition.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's roll a d20. No, that's not a d20. That is 2d10, isn't it? Yes, 2d10.
I don't know, you tell me.
Ooh. Ooh! Yeah. We're gonna need to roll initiative. So I just rolled the reaction and check. Do you have any reaction modifier on your character from charisma? You don't have like a positive one there, right? You have like
no,
0?
it's 0. Reaction is just 0.
It's 0. Yep. So I rolled. Basically, the way the reactions work.
So price adjust is also 0 if that's.
Yeah, that's what I've been assuming. That's basically as a modifier to that surprise roll we rolled first. Whenever an encounter is rolled, unless I have like an obvious reason that like it needs to be this, I also roll for like disposition, right? Like if this is friendly, hostile, threatening, whatever. And I rolled really high on the 2d10. I rolled an 8 and a 9. It's pretty bad for like how angry this thing is. So let's put some music to it and let's run you through this encounter.
I guess it's pretty dark now too because it's evening and in the forest.
It's dusking for sure. It's not like mechanically dark yet, but it's starting to dusk.
Yeah.
Well, first combat in 2nd edition in this campaign.
Okay. Yeah.
William, you walk so carefully, and you're so looking out for demon summoners and poachers and murderers, and you fail to take into account the number one thing there is in a forest. Not stepping in a badger hole.
Okay.
So your foot sinks down and you stumble. And I want you to roll me a dex check to begin with to see if you're going to start this on your feet or if you're going to start this prone. And that is from being surprised.
D20, right?
Yes, just a d20 and roll your dex or below.
Yeah. Oh, I have that's below. I have 11 dex.
That's great. So you're going to be able to keep standing at least. Out from the hole shoots a badger that is obviously hostile. This thing is mean and nasty and stares at you with glaring eyes and is clearly getting ready to jump you. So, let's get used to combat together, shall we? Because it is a little bit different than you're used to. For example, we are going to be rolling initiative every single round. That is the main thing. So, I want you to decide now on what your character is going to do this turn. Are you going to run? Are you going to attack? Are you going to take some kind of maneuver? And we can figure out what maneuvers exist, like trying to parry or whatever. Those things are pretty bad at your level, though. So, if you're trying to power game at all, steer away from those. What are your general actions here? What are you thinking? We're going to be starting this, by the way, at a 10-foot gap between you and the badger.
Okay. I think against a badger, I mean, how big is it? Is a normal badger?
It is
in terms of, like, size?
It is a badger, one of those black and white motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's a normal badger.
Yeah, let's see here. Doopa-doopa-doo. I'm trying to see a size value on this thing. This entire stat log is in one line. And that's it. There is not that much information to go on to off of here.
I mean, the natural thing in this case would probably be to just like back away. Because, I mean, a badger is not gonna try to attack me for like hunting purposes. It's just pissed off that I stepped in his nest.
Yeah, it is. This one looks really pissed off, though.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just like back away. Essentially, I start back away,
Cool.
keeping my gaze towards it.
Yep.
Don't try to look afraid, but also like don't look overly hostile. Just like try to disengage.
Right. Okay. Fantastic.
In a calm manner.
I will roll its action. Okay, I know what it's going to do. Then we roll initiative. So roll me. You're taking a general action, so that's +3. So just roll me 1d10 +3.
1d10 +3.
And you want low.
Uh, 11. That's not very good if I want low.
Yes, it goes on a 6, so it's going to go before you. So before you can even start backing off, you haven't even begun to be able to de-escalate the situation. It is going to jump you. It is just like full on jumping, claws out, swinging at you. And as a result, what is your AC?
My AC is 13.
13. Now, badges have a bit of reputation in 2E. This is the creature with the most value per hit dice in terms of strength.
Right, I remember you mentioning that at some point. That summon Swarm of Badgers was like an OP spell.
Yes. Why is this? Well, they are 1 hit die creatures, but they have 3 attacks per round.
Oh my god.
Yes. So, it's going to swing. It tries to swing towards your throat. First with 2 claws and then with a bite. So its first attack is a 14 to hit.
Well, that's above my AC.
It's a 15 to hit, actually. Because they have a +1. So yeah, 15 to hit, that's a hit.
Alright.
Fantastic. Yep. Let's see here. For 1 damage.
I'm gonna get killed by a badger, let's go.
1 damage. We attack again, this time with a 5 to hit.
Was it 1 damage only?
Yes, 1 damage only.
Okay.
Yes, it attacks again, this time with its other claw for a 5 to hit.
5 to hit, oh, that misses.
Yeah, it misses. Okay. It has 1 more attack, but that will happen at the end of the turn, because that's how we count the extra attacks in this game.
Okay.
So that effectively moves it to your turn. Now, you took a general action, as I call it. General action means like you're doing anything that isn't necessarily combat-oriented. That to me is pretty much always fine to change into attacking if you want to, but if you want to keep disengaging, then we keep disengaging.
I mean, at this point, this badger has like actually jumped me, and I assume like if it goes for my throat, I assume it like jumped into the air at me. And
it is like it's low and it's like jumping from below, trying to swing at you. It's basically clawing at your dick, you know?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, I kind of have to self-defense. I already have my bow out and drawn, so point blank. I have point blank within 30 feet is +2 damage. Is melee range considered point blank?
Yes.
Or is that like
disadvantage and advantage don't exist in 2nd edition. So instead of you getting disadvantage in melee range, though, you do get your point blank damage bonus. However, you are in melee range, which means that ranged attacks provoke attacks of opportunity.
Okay. That's interesting.
Yes.
So if I just try to back off first, like what?
That will also provoke an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
Unless you are disengaging, which has special rules that I would need to look up.
Yeah, what are the rules? Do look them up.
Yeah, let's figure out rules of disengaging here. Let's see. That is the Dungeon Master's Guide. I need the player's handbook. Oh, combat is like chapter 9 or something.
How is moving and attacking in this edition?
Right,
How does that
so
work?
your full movement is 12, right? So
Yeah.
if you just move, you can go 120 feet. However, you can't really do that most of the time, because most of the time you're attacking. Attacking counts as a half move. And a half move means that you can take half your movement and then you can attack. And so you have 60 feet of movement during around where you're also attacking. So let's see what disengaging is. I think disengaging is just a half move action. But I'm trying to find the exact information.
So wait, half move. Could you disengage that?
Here, to get out of combat, characters can make a careful withdrawal, or they can simply flee. Withdrawing. This is the same as disengaging. When making a withdrawal, a character fully backs away from his opponent, who can choose to follow. Of course, they can on their own turn. The character moves up to 1/3 of his normal movement rate, so you cut your 12 in 3, giving you 40 feet of movement. Two characters are fighting a single opponent, and one of them decides to withdraw. The remaining character can block the advance of the opponent. That's just another thing. This is a useful method for getting a seriously injured man out of combat. Yeah, so it's a third move to withdraw.
Okay, so wait, does it mean it takes half my movement, or it
means that if you use a withdraw, you only have a third of your movement left.
Okay, and attacking costs half my movement, so you can't disengage. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Movement is basically your resource for actions in this system.
Yeah, makes sense.
Although you can't like spend half your movement twice to attack twice. Just not how it works.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I think if I have 2 attacks per round with my longbow, would each one of those provoke an attack of opportunity?
Ooh, that is an excellent question. I do not actually know the answer to that. My instinct would say no. Firing into melee, I need firing in melee.
Because basically, I'm thinking like, is it worth this? Is it worth backing off, or is it the same as just attacking with the bow anyways?
Yeah. The other option, of course, is to drop the bow and draw the sword, but...
Yeah.
Looking around. I'm gonna say only it provokes 1.
Okay, sure. I guess in that case it doesn't really matter if I back off or not. But I guess I guess I'll actually back off a little bit because it feels more natural to fire at a little bit of range.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna fire anyways.
Sure. So you back off, take an opportunity attack, and then you shoot from range.
Yeah. I guess I'll back off like, I guess 30 feet exactly, or as exactly as possible.
To try to stay within point blank range.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. The attack opportunity is an 18 to hit.
Well, that does hit.
For 1 damage.
Alright. Thank God I rolled max HP.
Yes.
Alright, so now it's my turn to attack them.
Yes, imagine, we could have been dead already.
That is true. Do I do both my attacks at the same, like in a row, or is the second one like at the end of the round, like the badgers?
You do both of yours in a row when you're fighting with when you have 2 attacks per round, but when you have the in melee, it's a little bit different. Actually, no, it doesn't matter in this case because you went after the badger, so you just do both of yours in a row. It is usually the badger has 3 attacks. That's why it does 1 at the end.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so
yeah, you would normally split it because 1 on your turn and 1 after your turn. That's correct.
So to attack, it's just a d20 plus 1, right? Because I have plus 1 to hit.
Yes, exactly. If that is your bow attack. Okay, now we gotta find the badger again. I was swapping books.
First attack is 3.
That is a miss. I can say that without fail.
Yeah, so we do second...
Well, the badger is out of range, so it actually can't attack you because it's not its turn, so it can't move, so you can do your second attack.
Yeah, okay. And second... A 3 again? What the fuck? Amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
I just whiff both my arrows.
You do with both your arrows. That is beautiful.
Completely whiff them.
That's so good. 2 arrows in the mud.
I guess actually, can I spend the rest of the turn like backing off even more?
Not after you took your second shot. If you'd thought of that before you took your second shot, then absolutely.
Okay.
But let's be a little strict on ourselves in the beginning here. However, what is the movement of the badger?
So wait, was the second shot and like at the end of the turn thing?
Yes, it was. I said that, but maybe it was caught up in mumbling. So yeah, the order of events there went: badger attacked twice, you shoot once. Badger attacked his third one, but you were out of range, and then you shot your second shot.
Okay.
So
then the backing off was the correct choice then, I guess.
Oh, cool, great.
Yeah,
it was definitely the correct choice, because the attack of opportunity was a weaker attack than the third attack would have been. Because that's the bite, right?
Yeah.
Whereas the opportunity attack is one of the claws. Doopa-doopa-doo. I'm trying to find the movement rate of the badger. It has movement rate 6, which means it can go 30 feet when it's attacking. So yeah, it can just barely make it to you. Doopa-doopa-doo. It just runs up. It's going for you. It's defending its home with a 7 to hit. That's a miss, I assume.
Yeah, it's a miss.
And a 6 to hit. That's also a miss, I think.
Yeah.
It swings at you. You're jumping around. This short little fucker can't get you. And it is your turn, and you're once again in melee range.
Well, I guess I'll do the same thing, but like in the direction where I came from.
You run back again.
Yeah.
Towards its home.
Essentially, like I don't want to. Right now, I don't want to accidentally back into an even worse situation. Partially, and also partially because
another badger hole.
I don't want to lose my arrows that I already shot if I make it out of this alive.
Okay, great.
So
I'll opportunity attack you with a 12 to hit. That's pretty close, right?
Just barely misses.
Barely misses. Okay, cool. I love second edition where the standard attack roll is a +1. This is so great.
Yeah. All right, so let's try this again. Shoot twice.
Shoot twice. Yeah, shoot twice because its third attack doesn't matter.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god.
That is an 8. I'm actually gonna have to check that. 1 second.
It's slightly better. That's actually.
Oh wait, its AC is actually pretty good. Yeah.
I can imagine that. It's a badger.
It is pretty small, so it's hard to hit.
And they are pretty tanky for their size.
Yeah. That's also a miss.
7. Nope. Also missed. Yeah.
Okay. Also, we forgot to roll initiative. We should do that for this round.
Oh yeah.
So you're once again at distance, and let's roll initiative. +3 if you're shooting.
Yeah.
Actually, no. If you're shooting, then use the bow. The bow has its own initiative, right?
Speed 7.
Yes. So +7 then.
Okay.
Yes.
I roll a 1, so.
You'll go pretty fast.
Actually, wait,
then.
that's good.
That's actually a tie. You both have 8 initiative here, which means the actions happen at the same time.
How does that work?
It's a little bit. You can handle it in 2 ways. Either we just reroll, or we decide with like they happen at the same time, so we both just do our turns in whatever order, and then we think afterwards about like it only really matters if like one of you goes down, right? And then we think about consequences more logically. I kind of like thinking about consequences more logically and just fucking going. You'll definitely shoot because its first action is to move before it attacks. Your attacks will come out first.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's just go at the same time.
Yeah.
It feels. Let's go with that.
Cool. Then let's have you shoot first. Shoot an attack.
Yeah. Han shot first.
Yep.
Oh my god. My rolls are so bad.
They're so bad today.
Oh my god, it's the 5th arrow.
You have like a 25% chance to hit it, so it is pretty bad, but it's not this bad. You rolled more than 4 rolls, so...
Yeah. So the badger is moving.
It is coming up towards you. You shot 1 arrow.
Wait.
You're about to shoot your second arrow. It's gonna attack you first.
Can I move after shooting my arrow?
Ooh,
In between
I
my
think
shots?
shooting is a full action. 1 second. Bows, I think, are a full action. 1 second. Let me open up the combat and tactics. This one has way better descriptions to this stuff. Combat and tactics.
Because I mean, if possible, with the badger charging towards
Yeah.
me, I could just run away.
Let's see here. Table of contents. Page 20 in combat and tactics. Oh, half move actions, fire, throw missile. At half the normal rate of fire. Or no move actions is shooting at full rate of action. So yeah, we've been ruling this a little bit wrong. So if you want your 2 attacks, you can't move. And if you want only 1 attack, you can move. So we've been ruling this a little bit wrong.
Oh, okay.
But let's just forget that we did it wrong and just do it right from now on.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Okay.
Did you want to move and just not take a second attack? Or are you still holding ground and taking a second attack?
I'll hold my ground then. I guess.
Okay,
Fuck
great.
it, we ball.
Yeah. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo. Then the badger comes up. And it's a 13.
That is on my AC.
That's a hit then. Ooh, for 2 damage! We high roll this one.
I'm gonna die to a badger.
Oh, you fucking might, because I just crit.
Oh,
I just
God.
nat 20'd. For 4 damage. Oh no.
I'm down to 2.
And here comes the bite. That's a miss. So...
Okay.
Yeah, that was a 10 on the final bite attack.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna disengage and try to book it at this point.
We're gonna. So if you withdraw,
Actually, I guess I get my last attack in first.
yeah, do shoot it.
Yeah, I do get to do that.
Yep.
But I meant on the next turn.
But that is a bad roll.
8. Yeah, again.
Yep. So let's roll initiative. And
Yeah.
are you withdrawing then? Because then it's just a +3.
Yeah, I'm planning on doing that.
So I mean, you can withdraw, but then you can only go 40 feet, or you can completely just turn and book it, and I get 1 opportunity attack. But you can go 120 feet.
I mean, how fast has the badger been, like,
It's
compared to my speed?
It's at half your movement speed.
Okay, so it would catch up to me just barely then, I guess.
It couldn't attack if you go 40 feet.
Okay, fair enough, yeah. I guess I'll just do disengage then.
Okay, cool. It goes on a 7.
A 9.
You go on a 9, so it will go first.
Right, that's true.
So I just do my 2 attacks. That is a 17.
I'm gonna fucking die. I'm actually gonna die.
2 damage. I will roll the next attack roll in the game system for you, just in case.
I'm at 0. I'm gonna die to the badger.
Alright, here we go. Wait, you're not 0. You're 2, right?
No, I'm at 0.
You're at
if
0?
I took 2 damage, if I took 2 damage, then I'm at 0 now. I was at 2 HP.
I thought you said you were at 4.
No, I was at 2. I'm dying to the badger.
I have to. I just my hands in the air. That was the roll. It's right there. It's not. I'm so sorry.
So is 0 HP? Is that just dead?
It's
Fair
not.
enough.
But if you take any more damage, you die.
Okay.
So it's going to have a +4 attack on this, and if it hits, you die. See, I don't think it's going to keep attacking after you're unmoving. So it really comes down to this roll. It's going to have a +4, which means it normally has +1, so it's a +5. It's 1 attack, and if it hits, you die.
Doesn't it have 2 attacks?
Why doesn't it? Yeah, you already did 1.
Yeah, but it doesn't have 3 attacks in total?
Yeah, but the last one comes at the end of the round, so then it will probably stop attacking if you're not moving anymore.
Okay.
But it's right there.
Well, that hits me.
GG.
I'm dead to the badger.
I really thought to myself, I was like, a badger here, that's a tough fight, but you know, I think he can take it. It only has one hit die, I thought. Surely he can hit it, and then I noticed like this.
Hit it first for that to be relevant.
And then I noticed the 16 AC, and then you didn't even roll above a 12 on an attack roll or something. Like, what was your best attack roll?
Rolls were horrible.
Those are so bad. The best one was
11.
No, that's initiative.
Oh yeah, that it
Your
is.
best attack roll is 9 on like 9 attacks.
I attacked 5 times. I attacked 5 times. Yeah.
Oh, 5 times, yeah. On average, you should have hit it once. Which would have prompted a morale check, and it would have run away probably, even if it didn't die.
Yeah, okay, well, I guess that's the first Irondice.
That's the first Irondice death. Rip.
Back
Rip.
to Badger.
So I guess we play Badger now?
The Badger takes up the mission
Oh,
to
God.
keep searching for the demon.
Well, we didn't get that far, but how did it feel playing William?
I mean, it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah? Yeah?
Would have been fun to get to, you know, achieve something, but that is, I should have listened to Dad.
The dad who was just trying to completely ruin any ambition in the character. I literally started writing the dad that way because I was like, I need to spur William to try to do some things, you know? I need to try to get him to want to achieve something in life. And I need to, maybe if his dad is like really downer on stuff, he'll just go like, fuck you, Dad, I'm gonna be the greatest. Well, there goes that whole mystery plot.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, you know, the events are still happening, so now I need to figure out how this situation... So this is sort of how Irondice mode works, right? Like, sure, this is death, but campaign moves on. We roll a new character, and we keep playing the campaign, which is just living in this world. So what I need to do, probably after this session, is figure out how do the events in Ryad that have started unfolding, what happens to them without William? Like, how would things naturally result here? And so if we're ever back in Ryad, William's life and story will have affected this place.
I feel like, in terms of, you know, at the very least, I feel like William can will probably get some dignity in that he went into the elf forest and never came back, and that's about as far as people know.
Yeah, I need to make some rolls to see if anyone ever finds you. God.
Death to Badger.
Yeah, that was by the way the second toughest thing I had on my random encounter chart.
You didn't take into account that the dice would be the dice.
Yeah. It also was like, most likely you weren't going to get... There was like a 3% chance that I rolled that hostile that it just fucking goes and attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Most likely it doesn't get that hostile because it's a 2d10 roll, so it's a bell curve, right? So the edges are really hard to get to. And it needed a 17 to be that hostile, and that's exactly what I rolled.
Mm.
On a 19 or a 18, 19, 20, 17, like those 4 rolls were hostile. It's it's a brutal system. But I guess we jump back into character creation then.
We're doing that immediately?
We might as well. We have
we
time.
We haven't been playing for that long,
We have
so
time.
sure.
So let's just break up the VOD.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Let's break up the VOD, and then do you want to take a little bit of a pee break, or can you just go?
Like get water break if nothing else.
Okay.
So sure.
Well, everyone, thank you guys for watching William, Irondice Mode's first character, and we'll be right back with character creation for whoever we play next. Goodbye.
Let's go.